After going fully online on July 11, 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope has been sending back some incredible images. These include this near-cam image of the Carina Nebula, which shows numerous stars being formed that were previously invisible to other telescopes, and this eerie image of the pillars of creation taken by the telescope's mid-infrared instrument. Aside from all the amazing images we're getting, the main goal of the James Webb Space Telescope is to help scientists learn more about the universe's origin by studying the first galaxies that formed in the early universe. With its keen infrared vision, what has the James Webb Space Telescope discovered lately? And are we getting any closer to comprehending the cosmos and our own origins? Prepare to be amazed by the amazing photos that have been captured, which feature objects in our solar system that you have never seen before. Hello and welcome to AWZ News. Please remember to hit the bell icon and subscribe. The primary goal of the James Webb Space Telescope is to go back in time and search for the first galaxies to emerge following the Big Bang. The first image from the telescope is the farthest that humanity has seen in both time and distance. Closer to the dawn of time and the edge of the observable universe, the sharp near-infrared image brought out faint structures in extremely distant galaxies, giving us the most detailed view of the early universe that we've ever seen. Webb's specialty is when light travels farther, it stretches into an infrared region of the visible spectrum, which is invisible to the human eye. This phenomenon is known as redshift, and astronomers measure how much of it is stretched to determine how old the object is. A lower redshift indicates that the object is closer to us, and a higher redshift indicates that the object has traveled a greater distance. Astronomers have calculated that the universe is around 13.7 billion years old, meaning that while the Space Telescope may not be able to record everything from the instant after the Big Bang, it is quite near. As a result, the JWST telescope can effectively go back in time up to 13.5 billion years ago. Music. Soon after the telescope was turned on and began to return pictures, researchers noticed something wholly unexpected. It is startling to learn that 6 large galaxies that existed 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang are significantly more massive than anyone could have predicted. The big question is how these galaxies grew so big and so quickly after the Big Bang. No one is sure, and researchers are still trying to figure this out. This finding actually creates problems for science and calls the entire picture of early galaxy formation into question. However, the James Webb Space Telescope has found a lot more than just ancient galaxies, something that is eerily ominous. Researchers expected to find small young galaxies at this point in time after the Big Bang, but the real surprise is that the galaxies astronomers found are as developed and mature as our own Milky Way galaxy. Music. Joking, the earliest known black hole in the universe was discovered by the powerful cameras on board the $10 billion Space Observatory. This black hole is 10 million times heavier than the Sun and is located at the center of a young galaxy that formed just 570 million years after the universe began. This cosmic monster may be just one of many black holes that grew to enormous sizes during the cosmic dawn, which occurred about 100 million years after the Big Bang, when the universe glowed for a billion years. It is the first black hole discovered in the redshift spectrum that the Webb telescope can see, but because light travels at a fixed speed, scientists believe there should be many more of these giant black holes lurking out there. Music. Thus, what is the oldest galaxy that mankind has discovered to yet, and what exactly is located at the edge of the cosmos that may be observed? The earliest galaxy that scientists have ever seen is one of the galaxies that Webb imaged from the early universe. It originated only 235 million years after the Big Bang. This is one of the first images of Stephan's quintet released by NASA from the Webb telescope. 5 galaxies can be seen in the image, 4 of which are pulling and stretching each other apart in a cosmic gravitational dance. If you compare this image to the one from the Hubble telescope, you will notice that there are far fewer stars and galaxies visible. Kia's 93316 may not look that amazing, but keep in mind that it is an astounding 35 billion light-years away. This deep space warped galaxies were also photographed by the James Webb Space Telescope. The observatory was directed toward a group of galaxies that are about 6.3 billion light-years away. This cluster is so heavy with stars and planets that it literally warps space. This phenomenon, known as gravitational lensing, causes massive objects in the distance to become more distorted and magnified. The JWST recently snapped an amazing example of this effect. This photograph displays a massive object that resembles a star and has 6 orange spikes and a dazzling white core. What we're actually witnessing here is the collision and merging of 2 galaxies named ARP 2020, which are 250 million light-years away. The light in the photograph is as brilliant as a trillion suns. Even the Milky Way galaxy, which contains all of our stars, is only 10 billion times brighter than the Sun. The Milky Way and the Andromeda galaxy, which are currently speeding towards us at 110 kilometers per second, or roughly 250,000 miles per hour, will experience the same thing as this enormous collision, which actually began some 700 million years ago and caused a massive explosion of new stars. Don't worry, though, it won't reach us for another 4 billion years. Music. And since we're on the subject of our own neighborhood, the JWST has taken some incredible images of objects in our own solar system. In August 2022, the JWST set its infrared gaze on the planet Jupiter, and what it sent back was a ghostly image of the gas giant in infrared. The Hubble telescope has taken some beautiful images of Jupiter, but the Webb telescope shows details that Hubble just can't see, and you can even see a faint ring around the planet with the north and south auroras glowing brightly to show off its incredible imaging power. The Space Telescope turned its gaze to the outer solar system with its near-infrared camera and captured the ice giant planet Neptune like never seen before. What surprised everyone was the rings of dust around the planet, but that's not all. Following the Neptune image released in 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope took what might be the clearest image of Uranus ever taken. In the zoomed-in image, you can see 11 of the 13 known rings around the planet, and you can also see the planet's northern pole. For those not familiar with Uranus, the ice giant sits 2.9 billion kilometers from the Sun and is unique in that it rotates on its side at a 90-degree angle from the plane of its orbit. The Webb image demonstrates its incredible sensitivity and its ability to image even the faintest rings around planets. The original image is just as stunning, and you can see several stars in the background behind the planet. Music. However, the James Webb Space Telescope can provide more than just breathtakingly stunning photos. The massive mirror and the precision equipment were also created to look for atmospheres on far-off planets. It has been said that the simplest way to find another planet with life or civilization would be to examine its atmosphere. The first planet to test the instruments was one that we have discussed extensively on the channel before, the hot, puffy gas giant known as WASP 96b. It is one of the 5,000 confirmed exoplanets in the Milky Way galaxy, situated approximately 1,150 light-years away in the constellation Phoenix. It orbits extremely close to its star, only 1/9 the distance between Mercury and the Sun, and has a surface temperature of 537 degrees Celsius. Although this image may not be as amazing as the cosmic ones, it's still quite important since it depicts the composition of WASP-B's atmosphere. The observatory measures the light curve that passes through the planet's atmosphere from its host star. Based on earlier studies, the spectrum revealed the clear signature of water, haze, and clouds that were previously believed to be absent from the scorching planet. Although the Webb telescope could not find any evidence of biology, anything is possible because water is a necessary component of life. Even more recently, the James Webb Telescope discovered a planet that is 99 times larger than Earth and circles a tiny red star known as LHS 475b. The planet is located about 40 light-years from Earth, and now that the telescope is discovering more planets in addition to being able to examine their atmospheres. Keep checking back here to ensure you don't miss any fresh discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope or any other amazing discoveries about the universe. Some researchers believe we're closer than ever to finding life or even another civilization on a faraway planet. I appreciate you seeing foreign music